Hey y'all, and welcome to Monner's Market, and welcome to the So You Think You Can Craft Challenge. This month's challenge is glass jars. Now this challenge is hosted every month by Melissa over at Melissa Makes It DIY, and every month it's a different theme. So if you are here from the challenge, welcome, and thank you, Melissa, for allowing me to be a part of this collaboration. I absolutely love to watch her craft. She is phenomenal with the things that she comes up with. And her co-host this week, or this month, should I say, is the hilarious Annie Jones. Now, Annie is one of my favorites. She's always dressing up in costumes, and she always has these most amazing themes for her videos, and her energy is just unbelievable. So thank you, Annie, for allowing me to host with you and Melissa, and I'm excited to be here. So for my glass jar challenge, the first thing I'm going to do for DIY number 1 is make these faux wood grain glass jars. Now that may sound hard, but it is as simple as it comes. You just want to take your jars and spray paint them white. And that part is very important. You need a white background to start with. So I'm going to use a tray and 3 of these glass jars that you can get from the Dollar Tree. And everything will be linked down below that I use. And actually everything comes from the Dollar Tree today. So you just clean your glass jars, give them a really good coat of white spray paint, and then you're ready to go. So in order to give it that faux wood grain look, I'm going to be using alcohol inks. Now, if you've never heard of alcohol inks, they are super easy to use, but I would suggest wearing a glove because they can be messy and it will stain your hands for a few days. So today I'm using latte and butterscotch, and this could not be a simpler method. You just want to take a brush that is dedicated strictly for doing this particular method. You want to take your alcohol ink and you just want to run a strip down your jar. And what's really important about a wood grain look is to stay in the same direction, up and down. You don't want to go side to side, because when you're looking at wood grain, it doesn't grow side to side. It grows up and down, or you know what I mean, the threads run up and down. So you want to make sure that you are going in the same exact direction, and once you put your second strip of alcohol ink down, it will overlap just a little bit, and in that particular area that it overlaps, it'll be a little bit darker, and that's where your wood grain effect will form. Now, when you're brushing, you want to brush until your brush is dry. Now, I know it's hard to explain or hard to understand if you've never done this before, but essentially when you put your alcohol ink down and you start brushing, within just a few seconds, your brush is going to be dry and nothing else is coming off of your brush. So it's almost like it disappears. But, alcohol evaporates fairly quickly. And that's what's happening. Now, do you see where I'm overlapping right there and it's starting to get that wood grain effect? That's what you're shooting for. So you just want to continue to go around your jar in the same direction, brushing up and down, and like I said, overlapping, because that's where your wood grain effect is going to come from. So this is truly all there is to getting a wood grain effect on a glass jar or wood, or actually you can do a wood grain effect on metal. I'm trying to think what all I've done it on. I've done it on glass, wood, metal, anything. As long as you start with that white base and you use these alcohol inks and you can go up and down with your brush, you are going to get that faux wood grain effect. And I absolutely love this. I have done a few videos using this method before, I've done a tier tray or a couple of tier trays, these jars, and a few other things, and I love it. If you want something that looks like wood, but you can't afford $60 or $70 to get something that looks like wood, you can make your own for $4 from the Dollar Tree. And these jars are pretty big. If you are a Dollar Tree shopper like most of us are, then you've seen these before. Some call them a vase and some use them for flowers. I just call it a glass jar. But once it's finished, you will see that it just looks like a wood tray with 3 wooden jars sitting on it. And I love the effect that it gives. So when I made these, I made them to put my kitchen utensils in, my bigger ones, and it just made it easier and more handy for me to reach in and grab what I needed while I'm cooking. But that is all there is to this wood grain effect, and I love it. It's beautiful and it's different. You know, it's not something that you see every day where you paint something with white Waverly chalk paint and you distress it down. But it's still farmhouse-ish to me. You know, the wood is always in style with farmhouse. But that's all there was to it, and this is how it turned out. So make sure you leave me a big thumbs up. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. And if you're here from the challenge, thank you for coming. Now, for DIY number 2, I'm going to be doing that same tray. Well, not the same tray, but a tray very similar. And these 4 glass jars. Now, these jars were made to go in my bathroom for Q-tips and cotton balls and jewelry and things like that. And it's the same exact method as far as preparing them. You just want to give them a good coat of that white spray paint. Now, you can use any white spray paint. So once I got my tray and my jars ready, I just took this white, not white, I'm so used to saying white Waverly chalk paint, this truffle chalk paint from Waverly, and just started distressing. And I also want to tell you, too, that I filmed these several months ago when I was very first starting my channel. I did not have a phone stand. I didn't really understand how filming worked or what angles I should use. So I apologize now for not having the best quality video. But I assure you, I have come a long way. I have purchased some things that really help me now to get a better angle. And we are in the process of completely revamping my she shed, where I'm going to be actually able to hang my cameras and get an even better angle in a few weeks from now. So I'm excited about that. But I just took this truffle paint and just distressed the jars. And then once I done that, I took some twine, again from the Dollar Tree, and just wrapped it around 3 or 4 times around the little lip right there, tied a little twine bow, and that was it. That was all there was to getting these jars ready to put in my bathroom. And I actually love the way these turned out. Again, it was one of the very first things I've ever crafted. So I was pretty proud of myself back then. And I still think they're cute. They're adorable like that. But look what happens when you just add a little pick from the Dollar Tree. I mean, look, it just gives it so much more pizzazz. And if you are from my channel, then you know I'm doing a series on lavender right now, and this is going to go perfect in my new bathroom. So thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Annie, for allowing me to join this challenge with you. Make sure you come back next month for the So You Think You Can Craft Challenge. And thank you for coming today. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And make sure you leave us all a big thumbs up. There is going to be a playlist down below. So definitely go down to that playlist and watch all of the other creators. And let's see what they've done with their glass jars for this challenge. So thanks for coming. Have a good day. God bless you.